If you are suffering with a lot of inflammation, so whether that's in your joints, you've got the aches and pains, maybe you have some hormonal imbalances, you're trying to lose weight and you're finding that very difficult, you may have leptin resistance, and that is related back to inflammation. So here are 5 foods that cause inflammation, and I'm telling you, number 5 is going to surprise you. Okay, number 1 on my list is cookies. One of my favorite foods. It's not really a food if we think about it, but if they are store-bought cookies, most times they're going to be made with a very inflammatory canola oil, which was once called rapeseed oil, but cookies, unfortunately, not the healthiest thing. Okay, number 2 on my list, French fries, another one of the most famous and beloved foods amongst a lot of people I know, but most times commercially bought French fries will be laden with vegetable oil that is usually reused, and those vegetable oils are often GMO, so this is very inflammatory, those omega-6 fatty acids, and as humans we tend to be much more deficient in the omega-3s versus the omega-6s, and the omega-6s are going to put you down that pathway of pro-inflammatory responses. Okay, number 3, another food that causes a lot of inflammation. Don't kill me here. Candy. So a lot of sugar, processed sugar, as you can imagine, is not going to be healthy for your microbiome, but also will increase your inflammatory markers. And number 4 is bread. So commercially purchased bread, again, if you're baking it yourself, that's a different story because you can control the ingredients that are going in your bread. But if you're purchasing bread, often there's a lot of chemicals in there, and unfortunately, it is usually made with genetically modified grains, which can be very hard to digest, especially gluten, and we know that gluten sensitivity is a big issue and can cause a lot of that inflammation in the gut. And number 5, the surprising one, mangoes and other tropical fruits. Now the reason being is that if you are eating these out of season, depending on where you live, so if you live close to the equator, they grow around where you live, no problem, and you've got a lot of natural sunlight exposure. However, if you live in a more temperate climate, you're away from the equator, and you're eating mangoes and other very sweet fruits high in fructose, and you're eating them in a low light environment, so you're not getting a lot of natural sunlight exposure every day, this can cause a problem. It causes a mismatch in your signaling from what the sun has put that messaging into that fruit and what's going on with your own health internally. So this is something that, yes, it can cause a lot of inflammation. This is where people run into more of those problems with their hormones, with the leptin resistance and weight gain because of eating those seemingly, innocuous fresh fruits and vegetables that are being eaten out of season. So watch out for those mangoes, especially in the winter time, and other tropical fruits. Now, for more information on how to fix your leptin resistance, please check out my video, 5 tips to fix leptin resistance. I'll see you there.